The CPU, or processor, is the true brain of your PC. But just like people, not all brains think the same way. Today, we won't just talk about numbers and gigahertz. We're diving into how architecture defines whether your device flies, overheats, or simply survives the day.
Imagine a brain that never sleeps but only consumes as much energy as a tiny firefly. These CPUs aren't designed for gaming or heavy lifting. They're built for constant, unwavering control. You'll find them inside your smart refrigerator, in traffic light systems, or in industrial sensors. In this category, raw power doesn't matter. Stability is everything. These are chips designed to execute a single specific task for 10 years straight without a single failure. Inside a smartphone, there is absolutely no room for cooling fans. This is where the ARM architecture dominates the field. These processors use a clever configuration called Big Little. They have high-performance cores ready for gaming and small, efficient cores that take over when the phone is just sitting in your pocket, saving your battery life to the absolute maximum. Now we're entering the territory of Intel Core and AMD Ryzen. These are the processors that most of us use every single day. They have to be good at everything, from opening 50 different Chrome tabs to editing a photo or jumping into a match of Fortnite. They look for that sweet spot between frequency, clock speed, and core count so that your operating system always feels smooth and responsive. If you're an architect rendering 3D buildings or a data scientist processing massive sets of information, a standard processor simply won't cut it. Great examples of this are AMD's Threadripper or high-end Xeon chips. While a normal PC might have 6 or 8 cores, here we jump to 24, 64, or even more. These aren't just processors, they are entire factories working in parallel. Server CPUs. When you log into Netflix, you aren't really using your own CPU, you're using a high-powered CPU in a remote server. These chips are built to stay powered on 100% of the time for years on end. They feature a massive number of memory channels to move terabytes of data without even breaking a sweat. To understand why one CPU outperforms another, we have to look under the hood at the two main languages they speak. x86 versus ARM. This is currently the biggest technological battle in the world. x86, Intel's AMD. Think of this as a complex and heavy language. It is extremely powerful and capable of handling the most difficult tasks, but it consumes a lot of energy and generates a significant amount of heat. ARM, Apple's Silicon Snapdragon, this is a simplified, streamlined language. It manages to do a lot with very little, which is exactly why modern laptops, like the MacBook M3, can stay powered on for so long without ever getting hot. Cores. Imagine these are physical workers. If you have 4 cores, you have 4 actual people working on tasks. Threads, hyperthreading, this is the ability of each worker to use both of their hands at the same time. A processor with 8 cores and 16 threads can handle many simultaneous tasks without the PC ever locking up. Frequency, gigahertz, this is how fast the worker moves their hands. The problem is that moving your hands faster and faster generates sweat, which in the tech world is heat. This stands for instructions per cycle, and it's basically how smart the worker is. A modern processor running at 3.0 gigahertz can be significantly faster than an old one at 5.0 gigahertz simply because it knows how to do more work in every single cycle. You've probably seen labels like 3nm or 5nm. These are nanometers, and they represent the size of the smallest components inside the processor, the transistors. By reducing the size down to 5nm or 3nm, it's as if you've miniaturized the transistors to an extreme degree. Now you can fit millions of additional transistors into that very same physical space. Since everything is now closer together, the electrons reach their destination almost instantly. Because they travel a shorter distance, the chip consumes less battery and doesn't heat up the processor, allowing it to stay nice and cool. This is why a modern smartphone chip can actually outperform a giant computer from a few years ago. It's not that the chip is bigger, it's that its structure is so dense and efficient that it can process trillions of data points while barely warming up the device. At the end of the day, the CPU isn't just a piece of metal and silicon, it is the ultimate limit of what your creativity can achieve. If you're looking to buy a new PC or a mobile device, don't let yourself be fooled by the gigahertz numbers alone. Ask yourself, do I need a marathon runner?
efficiencies, ARM, or a heavyweight powerlifter, Power x86. If this breakdown helped you understand the heart of your favorite devices, make sure to subscribe to 8 Minutes Tech. What processor are you running in your current machine right now? I'll be reading your thoughts in the comments below.